Frail Fragment is a music podcast, but we talk about movies, entertainment, sports, whatever's on our mind, open stream of consciousness, in awareness, and making it a little comical on the side.
Frail Fragments, Monster Closet.
Hey, bruh.
Baby.
What's going on, Ace? How are you, man?
Good, man. It's a good day. We just had a little shower right now, man. It's clean.
Yeah, the weather's a little milder today. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
it's gonna be mild this week, but I don't know. I don't mind this weather too much, right? It's still comfortable and stuff as long as it's not, pouring rain, which it was yesterday and today. But I mean, I found myself outside a lot yesterday. A lot today. I went for a long walk and the whole bit, so I got my outside vitamin D in there somewhat. You know what I mean? And I feel good. Feel good. I got a long day today, man. I'm gonna be, after this, I got a jam fucking tonight, so it's gonna be a long day. And because tomorrow I have work at like 7 a.m., so I gotta wake up at 5:30. We jam from I leave there around 11 o'clock. I don't get home till 11:45, 12 o'clock by the time I shower and get to bed and fall asleep. It's 1. I gotta wake up at 5:30 to do my day, right? So it's like there's not a lot of time for rest, but there's no rest for the wicked. You know what I mean?
and you do enjoy it.
I do enjoy it. I do. For sure.
That's what matters. That's what matters.
It's hard. It's hard work though. And if it were easy, more people would do it, I think, right? So it's just you kind of have to know your limitations and respect your boundaries with children and the whole bit. And segueing to that, like today, I'm excited to do this podcast. I'm just gonna invite her now. First female guest we've had. It's the lead singer of Byrdy. Yeah, it's the lead singer of Byrdy, Robyn White. She's a beautiful singer, like amazing voice. She reminds me a bit of Amy Lee from Evanescence.
Wow.
I met her for a Halloween show. The Android meme told me about Byrdy, so I reached out to Byrdy, and Robyn kind of handles things there, the singer, and we booked them for the Bovine Sex Club, and they played with us. Robyn's here now with us. Hi, Robyn.
Hey, Len. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, so I was just talking with my kind of sidekick here, Ace. Ace, what's up?
Hey, Robyn.
What's up?
Hey, Ace. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, I was just kind of talking about, who we have today on the show. We have a special guest, lead singer of the band Byrdy. I mean, amazing singer, really good voice. They're a really hardworking band. I see, they play a lot of shows. They're really after, playing festivals and stuff. I see like Gussapalooza and Tall Pines, is it?
Yeah, Tall Pines. We were in a Battle of the Bands competition with them as well.
Nice. How did that go?
Not as good this year as it did last year, unfortunately.
Really? Yeah.
Last year we made it to the live band battle round, so we had made it onto the radio station and had one of our songs played, and then people that heard it got to vote for it while it was on air. And then once you made it through that part of the round, there was, I think, 12 bands selected last year. There was only 9 this year that went to a live battle of the bands round out in Bracebridge. So we had made it into that top 9 last year, but unfortunately this year we were cut short. So it is what it is. Lots of good talent out there.
Oh yeah. There's so many bands, right? I mean, but the fact that we can do it, and we're playing shows with our lives, and trying to balance our lives. It's a lot of work. It's hard, But if it were easy, a lot more people would do it, and it's kind of like a really special thing that we share, right?
Oh, for sure.
And it was a good experience.
Yeah, well, with my band Frail Fragment, we started playing like a lot between 2007 and 2012. We did like 350 shows.
Wow.
Like, so we're playing a lot. And now we're in different places. I mean, we're through some band members, and like we've had kids and families and mortgages and full-time jobs, and it's like, coming back to music, it never really left. It just, wasn't it couldn't be the focal point for a lot of those times. But I mean, for me, like, when I go into a creative mode, I get really obsessed over writing and creating, and it's like it kind of just takes over me. It's something that I kind of have to balance, because it's not completely fair to my family, right? Because I need to be present as a father and a husband too, right? So it's like, I don't know, it's just this crazy balance that I'm learning, and I'm appreciating playing live so much more now, because these moments are special. My wife's taking care of my kids so I can do this. And it's like, she's part of this band too, and she's part of all of this energy that goes into like the practicing and writing and promoting and getting on stage and playing. And that's what the Monster Closet kind of is a branch of as well, because now I'm getting to know the people that I'm playing with. So I don't know, I just think it's helping me stay creative and stay
Same.
It gives me some sort of validation. I guess I don't know, it's just
It feels like it's
but I love yeah
story that you're saying. It's it mirrors mine. Like, it's crazy, actually. Same thing. I was in a band.
yeah
We played lots of shows. We were kind of at this point of maybe on an upward trajectory, and then I ended up getting pregnant with my first son. I figured, all right, you know what? I'll take a 3-month break, and during that time, we ended up getting contacted to open for Nightwish. I was at that time 7 months pregnant. Was like, no, I can't do this. The band had dissolved, and that as well. So I had no band to really kind of put back together for it. And so music kind of went on a 13-year hiatus, and so got busy with, life, but the music was always still there. It was always part of me. It's always a part of who I've defined myself as a person, and stuff. So really, it was COVID kind of provided that opportunity. I had already started to get back in and started to play with some musician friends of mine, and but it was really 2019 where Byrdy was actually formed, and then we had wrote and released an album, and then it's just been onwards and that from there. But when you were laughing about the parent thing, and getting kind of obsessed when you were in the creative role, I was working on laying harmonies yesterday, and then I get a text from my son saying, "Are you coming to pick me up?" Because I was already 10 minutes left. So, parent fail right there.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's cool. For COVID with me, it was we started back up with Frail Fragment, I think, in 2017 slowly, and then in 2019 I was sent home like during the lockdown, and after about 8 months, I live in like a 850 square foot like doghouse in Toronto, and I have at this point 2 kids and my wife, and I'm at home, and I'm not like really exercising or talking to anybody. And it's just, I started going crazy, and then I just thought to myself, all of those music supervisors that you contacted, for every 100 you'd contact, maybe 3 would talk to you, and then nothing would happen, Try it now. Everybody's working from home, just like you. So, but I'm like, and then I just said, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother with music supervisors. I'm gonna start looking at what movies are in production and contact the directors. So that's what I did, and I kind of worked my way up from just international, independent films, and I kind of found my niche. I was thinking, like maybe wrestling or UFC or horror films or maybe action films. And then I within 4 days, I had a Hollywood director texting me saying that, he was going to pay me for one of my songs in one of his indie films, right? So that's never happened before.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then like I continued to work with him. His name's Mike Mestasus, who's like a indie filmmaker in LA. And then that kind of branched off into I would love to work with this indie director, and his name was Jason Hawkins, and he was part of this company, and I got in touch with like the CEO of the company, and this is kind of just a trail off, but this guy couldn't fly to any of his meetings, so he would like drive from like southern parts of the states to LA for hours, like hour drives, and him and I would just talk on the phone, and I would send him my songs and he would listen to it. And he was like the guy that created this company called Rocket Pig Entertainment, who one of their directors kind of freelances for, named Jason Hawkins, who I became a fan of. And I said, it'd be so cool to work with this guy. And like, just all of this timing happened at once. And he ended up offering me one of his movies to score. And I took it as like a challenge because I've never scored a movie before. So I was like pure like YouTube tutorials of how to score a movie. And, I had to work my way up from there, and he needed it in 3 weeks. And it was like usually like a 3-month process. So let alone I did get it done, and, it's available on, Amazon, and I think Apple Music, and I think Tubi has it as well. But there's all kinds of like places that you can watch it, and I'm really proud of it. It's called The Last Sleigh Ride, and it's just an indie kind of B-rated film, but it's something that I put my heart in, and I learned a lot about how to score, and how everything has a beat, and you go into the character and you can assign them an instrument or whatever. And it just made me feel really great to challenge myself, and I met a lot of cool people because of that. But it just goes like so much. And I wrote an album during the pandemic that I like produced, did everything, played all the instruments on, and like all the harmonies on, and then got it done, and had it as a CD, mastered it with Noah Mintz from Lacquer, and he's like legit, like he's a big guy in Toronto, and worked out a deal with him because it's like everybody's trying to help everybody survive because it's the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that album because it's like one idea. Like it was the lockdown, so it has this common feeling of like people are scared. I mean, people don't know what to believe. People feel like they were, excuse my language, fucked by the government.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of those issues, I feel, well, they're in that album. Like the frustration of being locked down.
Yeah,
is that album.
Same as the album that we released as well. Like we've got a song, Out of Here, that was right in like the middle of it. I'm also I'm a 911 operator is my full-time career. So
oh wow.
I'm a essential service worker. So with that, I'm still coming in and out of the house, but there was so much more mental health trauma and
holy shit
things,
yeah,
I've had to experience as a result of all these lockdowns and COVID and stuff. So to me, it was just and just watching my family and my kids and how much they were suffering at home and stuff. So that's really where that song kind of came from. But I think that's what's so amazing about songwriting, really, is you can pull from all of these different experiences and create a story, or use your different experiences to create something good out of it. Our song Monster, I've written about addiction and stuff. So there's some different I would say like heavier topics that's in some of our songs. Some of them I kind of write in like metaphors to myself, but try to make it relatable for other people to kind of take it upon themselves to create their own story behind the music. Break Me Down is like that. It sounds more relationship driven, but it's really not. That was the first song I wrote for Byrdy, and it was really about kind of breaking myself apart and building myself back up into being all of the things that I wanted to be: a mother, a musician, fronting this rock band and stuff. So it's really, that's what that song's about for me. But for other people, it could be something completely different.
Yeah, you're like Robyn 2.0 now. You're like, you have all these accolades now, right? You can see the world so much more clearly or in 3D, than you could before, right? Because all of this stuff has happened to you, and it's like you're more of a fierce warrior now than you were when you were younger. Well, as far as like your just your knowledge.
It's your knowledge, and I think the ability to drive things in a certain direction, I think, based on that knowledge. I know what I want, and I'm more confident, I think, too, in myself of going after it.
Yeah, and like you guys have been kicking ass, like with the band. 2024 NMA's new music awards, Metal Artist and Song of the Year. Am I right on that? Or
yeah, we won those through Pet Rock Radio. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
you guys deserve it.
Thank you. It's been I'm very fortunate. My lead guitarist in the band is a producer and writer. So the song that we won Metal Artist of the Year with is a song called Seen Better Days. That was his project. He wrote the music for it and then sent it over to me, and then I did, of course, all like the lyrics and vocals and things like that. But our producer, his name is Exadio Valak, and lots of other local people use him for recording and stuff. So I'm fortunate to actually have him as a member.
Hey, Robyn.
Hey.
We're back.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened there, but let's just pretend like that didn't happen if we can.
Okay.
No, just in editing, I'll just put it back. This has happened before. It's kind of like the price you pay for a free podcast on Spotify, but we're gonna make it sound fine, so it's gonna be great. I was just thinking, Sean Walt and you did a song together. And what was the song that you guys did together?
We did Broken Glass. So
nice.
Broken Glass, it's like that song had them. Normally when I write music, I either write a lot of it on my own or like with my guitarist. But this song had so many hands in the pot. Like to me, it was such a great project. It's turned out to be a great song. I'm really, really happy with it. When Byrdy first started, we had 2 female singers initially. So her name was Kara, and she wrote, I would say, most of the lyrics for that song. I wrote some as well in there. It's kind of a mix of back and forth. And then a friend in the background his name is Andy. He's the lead singer of Black Suit Devil. He actually helped with some of the piecing the song together. He wrote the lyrics for the male parts, the vocal for the male parts, and stuff. But when it came to the recording process, he wasn't available. So I wanted to find another vocalist, and that's where I had met Sean. So Sean jumped on board, did an amazing job. I'm so happy with the job that he did on that.
He's a great singer.
Oh, he's a phenomenal vocalist. So very happy to have him. And he's jumped on the stage live with us several times to perform that song with us, and he's just a great guy. So again, with all of if we had like 3, 4, 5 people, I think, involved in the writing and production of that song, but very happy with how it turned out.
Cool. I met Sean, I think in 2009. We played with Frail Fragment at this coffee shop called The Spill in I don't know if it's still there in Peterborough, and we slept in the coffee, like on top of the coffee shop. He had like a bedroom apartment with like a kitchen and stuff, but the door had no window, so it was like missing a window. So there, so we had a curtain, but people were just like walking by, like the people that lived up there throughout the night. They'd walk by, and there was I remember there was a karate class in the morning that was in one of the rooms there. So there's like just kids, and to use the washroom, you'd have to like share the washroom with the floor, but it was free, and they were like very hospitable, and I loved Peterborough. And I met Sean at that coffee shop, I believe, and we started talking, and we started throwing shows together in Peterborough at like the Montreal House, and we were throwing bangers. This guy was like packing the venues. And we started joining forces, and he was one of my guys, and I met Asleep Behind the Flame because of Sean, and their bass player Anthony Lombardi is now Starbeast's guitarist and keyboard player now, and like that's how I met Starbeast, which was crazy.
Yeah,
and then like yeah. Sorry?
I've seen you on the bill with them a bunch of times with Starbeast.
Well, yeah, every time I have a show, I kind of like to ask Starbeast, because they're what I liked when I was young. Like in 1995, it was kind of like that's what I had in my headphones, right? Or 1991 or 92 or 93 even. I had something similar to that in my headphones, and like it was Ruben is a special guy for me, because the singer of Starbeast, because he was in a band called Glue Leg in the mid 90s, and they were like kicking ass, and I saw them play on stage 2 in Molson Park in Barrie, and I think in like 1996, maybe 97, with Chowder, who's now in Starbeast, as their bass player, and they were playing to like thousands of people. And I had I had Glue Leg's album, as I got it. I think it was one of those Columbia House things, 10 CDs for a cent or whatever it was. And but I had that CD, and I liked that band Glue Leg. I really liked them, and when I met Anthony again, and me and him kind of became friends again and started doing shows in like 2020 maybe, because I really loved his project. There walks in Ruben, and I'm like, wow, I know you from somewhere. And it was just like, wow, this is the guy from Glue Leg. And it's like everything is connected, and like the Android meme told me about you guys, and then we played a show at the Bovine. Now we're doing another show that I want to talk about a little bit in Peterborough, June 22nd. And I'm really excited about it, because Farewell Radio, I think it's their first like kind of official show in Peterborough, and that's Sean Walt's band. And Sean Walt to me is like, I played with thousands of singers, and he's the only one I can really always remember in my head, because the power that guy can generate is insane. And I mean, he sticks out for me, so and I love playing Peterborough, back when I did, because we would party there. There were stories, of us sleeping in places with no window on the door. We stayed at Holiday Inns there. We partied there, and people were really receptive to the music that we played, and they were very hospitable, and it was like a Kawartha kind of lakes mentality, where they were just really, really nice people, and it was my favorite place to play.
No, that's
so, yeah.
So we're definitely looking forward to it. Sean got his feet wet just recently at the Atria, where I heard. Yeah, he was on the bill with us. We play at the Atria in Oshawa quite a bit, sort of our home bar. And the third band that was supposed to come bailed on us a couple hours before. So I messaged Sean and said, listen, if I bring the piano and I do a couple of songs by myself, can you do a couple of songs by yourself on the guitar? And we'll try and fill this other band's time slot, because the Atria needs music going on until 1 a.m. It was a big deal for me, because I mean, I play the piano obviously all the time, and although I do perform in front of the band, it's like an alter ego thing for me. but you put me by myself on the piano, it's extremely nerve-wracking, and then I feel like people are actually staring at me and I get really nervous, but managed to pull it off anyway. And it was great having Sean there, and his vocals are just phenomenal. So we're looking forward to Peterborough and getting to see his full band, and it's fun right now because he's also borrowing my drummer, so we'll get to see Chris play a double set with Farewell Radio and Byrdy as well.
Robyn, I'm sorry.
All good.
As I was saying, we're gonna do another show with Byrdy for Halloween at the Atria with Phantom High, the Android Meme. So we're gonna bring it back to where it started with the Android Meme, who are very. That's another story too. I really like playing with the Android Meme. They're really good people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had about like back when we were playing shows a while ago, I'd have like 20 bands that I really loved playing with, and it was kind of, we're sharing the stage. I think we're more powerful in numbers, and if you have 20 kick-ass bands playing shows together, I mean, it might start turning some heads, right? So that was my goal, 20 years ago, and it's just, I guess that's just how I operate, because now that we're playing shows again, I reach out to the bands that I like playing. I'm a fan of, basically, you know what I mean? So
yep. The same as us.
Yeah.
The network and try and get shows with in and around the same bands, and all with us kind of fit within the same genre and that of music as well. So all of our listeners really I think are similar listeners, so we can appeal to the same kind of people.
Yeah, I think our music really correlates for sure. When I first heard you, I thought of kind of like, Evanescence, maybe the singer Amy Lee, who's like no easy person to sing as, to sing like anywhere, to remind me of, like, and you were like pulling it off. And when I saw you live, you could pull it off for sure. But there's another gear in you as well, there's I think a ruggedness that you have that she doesn't have, or like there's something that makes you a unique singer and a frontman. I think you're powerful in that position, right, as the front person. And I think you're an inspiration to people to challenge themselves and work hard, because you're a mom and you're playing shows and you're going out and it's awesome. But just to switch gears, because I'm curious, how long have you been playing piano for?
Oh gosh. Well, I started I guess when I was about 12. When I was about 12 years old, I started playing, but I was writing music already. I was playing by ear. And I guess it wasn't until a little while after that I was put into piano lessons, and I fast-tracked through my piano lessons pretty quickly. My piano teacher was actually the same piano teacher for the Bare Naked Ladies. And
okay, so you're pretty good.
I did my grade 6, skipped grade 7, did grade 8. So I was like, 3 years of classical piano training, I'm out.
That's not okay. So this is going to be another hard question. Why do you perform live?
Oh my gosh. It's, I don't even know how to put it into words. It is so. Oh, okay, hang on. You're gonna have to edit this.
No. Well, for me, it's like I didn't know why, really. Like, I was thinking about it, and is it validation for me? I think there's some of that for sure. Like, yeah. I want people to see me,
There's definitely validation. I think that it's the like pushing myself. Because something that, like, I'm not the type, like, when I'm live on stage, I have a hard time with like trying to talk to people and get that crowd response, and I'm not comfortable in that role. But I like the music, I like the sound of it live, I like the performing of it. It's something that I'm pushing myself outside of my comfort zone to do, and then when it goes well, it's like that same validation of, you know, holy shit, I can do this, you know.
And it's a rush after the show, like after you're done playing, and like it's just a crazy rush. I don't know, that's what I feel anyway. It's like, it's just, you feel like all of this thing, because I get crazy anxiety too before a show, and it's like people are calling you and then this and that and this, and you're just trying to kind of forget about it and stay in the moment, right? And then when it's all done, like, you know, you're up there, you're getting all your stuff as fast as you go, because, you know, you got to start fast, and it's hot, and the lights are hotter than you thought they were, and people are calling your phone up and saying they're outside, and you're just like, okay, like, I can't deal with this. And once you start, it's like everything kind of goes away. And I feel like I've been getting so much better at that, because I'm in therapy now too, right? So that has helped a lot with kind of staying in the moment. But I mean, back in the day, it was just kind of like a whirlwind, but I still get that great feeling after the show's done. It's like a relief, and it's like this adrenaline, I guess, or like I feel like all of this like energy. I don't know, it's just it's a really cool feeling.
When it's the last song, I'm like, oh my gosh, the last song, I don't want it to be over. the anxiety getting at the beginning of shows definitely has gotten way better. I think it's just the same thing. It's the confidence. I've done quite a few shows now. We've worked out, you know, I think a lot of it initially was, there were so many things that were new. You know, when I stepped on to our first show, we played the Hard Luck in June, I guess, of 2020 was our first live show. I mean, I hadn't played live in years, and I was so nervous. And I get up on stage, and everyone in the crowd has their cell phones out. That was like a culture shock for me. And I was like, I feel so old. I'm used to it now, but now I'm like, the pressure of people are live streaming this, they're putting this out there. You know, I have to make sure that my pitch is correct, and that I'm, you know, performing well. And there's so many things that are running through your head when you're live, and that too, you know. And we know I've got backing tracks, I've got click tracks going, I've, you know, my extremely loud in that too, so I have to project like crazy. And half the time, you know, you can't, when you're singing, you can't hear yourself, you know. You're, you know, I'm stressed about pitch and different things like that, and overall. But again, as I've been doing it more and more the last couple of years, it's getting much easier, and I'm pretty proud of the direction the band's going.
For me, it's like before shows, I don't really want to talk to people, because people, they don't realize, you know, because they're coming to see you play. I mean, and it's, you know, you do want to talk to them, but you're usually yelling, you know, especially if you're not the first band playing. You know, when there's a band playing, you're yelling at them, and you're just blowing your voice out for the show. And that's kind of like, that's where I'm in my head, and I just want to kind of keep it short, and, you know, okay, you know, and I just have so much going through, and it's like, but I mean, it's a beautiful thing at the end of the day. And you know, I like playing shows. I just kind of have to have a handle on it and have a balance on it with, you know, juggling family. And unless there's a crazy budget, like if somebody comes up to me and says, hey Len, here's a bunch of money, go on tour, then it's different, right? Because then my family has, there's a lot of benefit to that, whereas there's still some benefit to that too. You know, I'm trying to be the best person I can be as well for my family.
Yep.
And there's some of that too, but you need balance, right? So that's what I'm working on. And, you know, so I don't book a lot of shows, but each show is special. And I feel like, you know, I can't wait to play Saturday, June 22nd in Peterborough. And you just came out with a kick-ass poster. I'm going to share that with everyone. And we're going to play a song at the end of the podcast. What song would you like us to play by Byrdy?
Let's do Seen Better Days.
Seen Better Days, you got it. And what is your website, byrdy.com or?
Byrdy Band.com.
Byrdy Band.com. So byrdy Band.com. This is Frail Fragment's Monster Closet on Spotify. This is episode number 55. Thank you so much for being on this show. I look forward to meeting you again. Saturday, June 22nd in Peterborough at the Erben with Farewell Radio, and it'll be nice to see you guys again.
Sounds great. We're looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll keep you posted on this podcast. I'm excited to share it with the world. And take care, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Peace.
Frail Fragments, Monster Closet.